All right, the purpose of this demonstration is to show you how to do a proper introduction to Odoo. So the first thing that we want to look at is up here, you have a few different options. You have your activity dropdown, where you can see all the activities you have to be working on across the various records. If I open up one of these, it'll take me to that record. It'll show me when I drill down the activity I need to be working on. And when I'm done, I can mark it as done as follows. There, you'll see it will be removed from my to-do list. Very simple. This is a quick organizer to help you stay focused throughout the day. The next thing is what we call our Discuss app. This is an internal chat function. I can send new messages, but ultimately what it does is it serves as an instant messenger within Odoo software, allowing you to communicate with other users in the environment. And lastly, up here you have your drop-down. I can see documentation, support, shortcuts, preferences in my account, just helping me navigate to a few things that might help me. All right, now into the apps. What you're looking at here are the different applications that I have installed in this environment. I've only selected a few to keep the demo simple, but there are many more apps that I can install within the Apps app. You can see all of those applications here. If I want to filter everything that's been installed, if I want to just see things that have not been installed, I can do that. I can navigate by categories over here. And lastly, I can change the view as follows by clicking that button over here, and I could go through and I could select specific applications that I want, and I can do mass install, or I can of course search apps as well as follows. All right, so let's bounce out of there and let's jump into the first app that I want to show you, which is the Contact app. I like to show this app because it does a very good job of giving you a holistic understanding of Odoo's UI and UX. All right, so in the top left, you'll always be able to jump in and out of that app. You'll know the name of the app that you're in, always top left. And here you'll have different features or functions within each app that you can navigate into. To go back to the main view, you just click on the name of the app. Here, this is a green action button. You're going to see it everywhere in the system. Its purpose is to help the users find the next logical step in the workflow. Of course, if I click it, it will bring me to create a new contact. But I'll go back and not do that right now. Up here, just like the Apps app, you have your search and filter function. I can search contacts as follows. I can filter by any of these fields I see here, which are customizable. And I could go to my filters option here and select additional filters, much like I did in the Apps app. And I can also see a scroll down of every field attached to this table. So if I want to search by phone number, I can do that. If I want to search for notes, I can do that. If I want to know the city, I can do that. And of course, you'll select that. You'll apply your value, contains, doesn't, is equal, etc., depending on the field you're searching for. And I can choose Fairfield as the city, and it will show me all relevant contacts there. Now, I also can group information. Maybe I want to group by country. This will be in a Kanban view. If I want to change the view, I can look in a list view. I can then search by company and see all my contacts broken out by company as follows. And of course, I can drill down into those contacts if I'd like. So that's the search and filter function. It's everywhere in the software. It's omnipresent. You'll see if I go look at orders, you'll see it's the same layout. Creates search and filter function with my different views. If I go and I look in my CRM, again, same layout. Create, filter function, different views. So once a user learns how to use the system, it will be incredibly easy for them to adopt new apps and use their intuitive understanding in order to continue to use the software faster and faster. Now, if I drill into a specific contact, the next thing I want to show you is what's called the Customer 360. The Customer 360 gives you a 360-degree view of your relationship with this client. For example, Azure Interior. I can easily drill down and see drill down and see opportunities associated with this contact, and I can even go as far as drilling into the specific opportunity. I can even go further. I can drill into the quote affiliated with this opportunity. So what you're seeing now is Odoo almost snaking into records and allowing you to, through up here what we call the breadcrumb trail, jump back to any point in the flow without any interruption. For example, I want to go back to those opportunities, or I want to go back to the contact record itself. Now I can do that with just a click of a button. All of those records, when I navigate into them, are editable, and I can confirm them, do anything I'd like, and then I could easily sneak back out. Again, this is a good user experience. It helps end users be comfortable and confident when bouncing around the system. They don't have to have 100 tabs open up top. They don't have to log into and out of different applications. Everything is consolidated into one experience. Again, another thing I want to show you is when I drill down into this any record, you've probably noticed this little chatter over here. The chatter, its purpose is threefold. One, it's for communication. Two, it's for transparency. And three, accountability. Let me go a little bit further in my explanation. Communication. I can send messages to any followers of this record, and it will send an email to them, of course. It will integrate with Gmail and Outlook. I can remove followers, or I can add channels, add followers, as you can see here. Next, I can log notes. Logging notes is an internal function, so I can tag a user and ask, did you see this? And you'll see that, of course, it will log that note there. I should also mention when sending a message, I can open up the composer and I can actually have a more sophisticated template and email builder in order to expedite my email creation and such. So I could easily, again, send that message out right through there by doing that. And it will, of course, pull open, in this case, a PDF of that invoice. Now, the last thing that the chatter function does, and I'll jump out to another record to show you an example there, is it's going to increase transparency. What I mean by that, it's going to tell me which users created what documents at what time down to the second. This is important because if you want to educate yourself on what's happening within a record, you of course can drill in and see that. The last thing it does is it increases accountability. Why does it do that? Well, if I know who's doing what and when in the system, I can easily inquire as to why something was done, and I can come up with conclusions. And people will also feel more compelled to respect the system and their behavior in it when they know that what they're doing is able to be seen by the greater whole. It forces people to take a second and think before they do things, which generally speaking increases efficiency and the overall well-being of the organization. So the last thing I want to mention before closing out this intro is that everything you're seeing today is cloud-based. Odoo is a cloud-based application which runs in the browser, and also we have native applications on both iPhone or iOS as well as Android. All right, if you have any additional questions, let me know. Otherwise, this is the quick intro.